what you need to say. Say what you need to say. It's better to say too much than never to say what you need to say. Yeah.
Hello my internet friends, it's another Wednesday, another walk and talk. Thank you for tuning in this week. It's another windy Wednesday, as per usual, because the weather just doesn't like me. Other than that, we have a great walk and talk today. Lots of questions, lots of great answers from last week's question. We do have some news on Danny's brother, and I have some big news with regards to my man Trackman, the guy that produced the background music for my videos. And I'll get to that at the end of this video after I get all the questions done. But first, we must get to your answers for last week. Now, last week's question was, what is one thing that you believe this world needs more of? And some of you had similar questions, like the Ghost of Sabotage, Slideshows Forever, and Alright Jess. We're going along the same lines, but I'm gonna show Alright Jess's comment if it's not already on the screen, because she elaborated on it more. And basically, you know, people who don't take themselves too seriously, fun people, I mean, you get the gist. So that's basically what they said. Totally agree with that question. The next answer that I really agreed with was from MZB1993, who said oil. I mean, seriously, I mean, that's the one thing everyone's fighting over. But if it has to be something intangible, forgiveness. I totally agree with that as well. Couldn't agree more, actually. And then the last answer, which I am picking out from the group that really caught my attention, was from Amazical9110. Please forgive me if I'm saying that wrong, or correct me in the comments. Amazical9110, and they basically said, something the world needs more of is pay it forward, where you do a good deed, and that person does a good deed for someone else, so on and so forth. And I really agree with that, because if you do a good deed for somebody, it should be because it's right, it should be because it is a good thing to do, not because you're expecting anything in return. If anything, you should expect this person to do something good to somebody else based on what you've done for them. So I totally agree with that. One of you will become the new tenant this week. You can already go ahead and post in the comments who you think it's gonna be. We'll see if you're right or wrong. But anyways, aside from that, we shall get to the questions, so let's go. Alright, the first question comes from MZB1993, and he asked, what keeps you up at night? Insomnia. I don't know, sometimes I just can't sleep. Work, like if I'm working on a script or something, editing, sometimes I just don't feel like going to bed, so I just stay up all night surfing the internet, finding random stuff. But insomnia would probably be my best answer for that question, so yeah. That and video games. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Mike, for the question. But anyways, we move on to the next question, and it comes from the Ghost of Sabotage, and he asked, what kind of shows do you watch and why? Honestly, I don't watch a lot of television anymore. I'm more stuck to what's on the internet now, and I use the internet for entertainment. Thank you, YouTube. But there are some shows that I do like to catch on TV. If not, I watch them online, or I buy the season box set DVD when it comes out. Some of the shows I watch are Family Guy, I like Scrubs, House, I don't know, usually I try to catch what's on. I like Fringe too, Fringe is pretty good. Type of shows, nah. The type of shows I really don't limit to a single type, because whatever's entertaining, and it doesn't take much to entertain me. I'm very easily entertained. Like, I'm the type of guy that will sit down on the couch, and if there's nothing good on, I'll play with the remote control's battery thing for like an hour. You know, I'm that kind of person. It doesn't take much to entertain me. But I guess if I had to pick one, I'd have to say comedy shows, anything that's funny. I mean, if you're gonna be entertained, might as well be something that'll make you laugh, you know what I mean? And that would also be why comedy, because, you know, you want to feel good when you're being entertained. So there you go. That is my answer. Thank you for the question, and we shall move on to the next one, which comes from One True Flame, and he asked, well, he basically said to name 3 things that you can live without. Now, I don't know if that was a typo. I don't know if he meant to say can't live without, but okay, we'll go with can, since that's what's in the comment. And I'm sorry, it's so windy right now, guys. I do apologize. Wind, why must you be so... I just tweeted that. Wind, why are you so annoying? Why must you ruin my audio? 3 things I can live without. I can live without sickness, I can live without computer viruses, and I can definitely live without negativity. There you go, 3 things I can live without. And I hope that answers that question. And let's go ahead and move on to the next one. It comes from Joe Vlogs TV, and yes, my hand is covering the mic because the wind is being a witch with a capital B. But yes, Joe Vlogs TV, and he asked me if you could kill one person in the world and never have to suffer from any repercussions, or something along those lines, who would it be? It would be the wind, yes. The wind. I would murder the wind so badly This is just so annoying, you guys. This is why it's been so hard to do the walk and talks lately. But yes, if you could kill one person in the world and not have to go through any repercussions, who would it be? And that's kind of a hard question. Honestly, Joe, this is probably a question I could not answer. That's what I'm starting to think. I really can't think of anybody. Oh, no. Okay, no. I take that back. I know who would it be. Phelps, I forget his full name, but Phelps, the preacher at Westboro Baptist Church. That guy. Sorry. That guy would have to be the one. And yes, I know that probably sounds horrible to wish death upon somebody, but hey, it's a question, you know, if I could, it would be that guy. I'm like, why would you want to spread negativity out into the world? Why? Why would you want to do that? Why would you want your life to be, why would you want to be remembered in your life for being that guy? So, you know, just put him out of his misery. But thank you, Joe, for the question. We shall move on to the next one, and it comes from Dan Anderson 13, and he asked, what appeals to you more, thunder or lightning? Pretty straightforward question. I choose lightning, because thunder is just a loud noise. It's the noise lightning makes after it strikes, and it scares people, and it causes car alarms to go off, and sometimes windows to shatter. I would choose lightning because although lightning can be deadly, it can also be beautiful at the same time. Thunder is just loud and obnoxious. And thank you very much, Dan, for the question, and welcome back to the vlogging world. It's good to see you back, man. But anyways, we shall now move on to the next question, and it comes from Zates or Z8s. I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong. Please correct me in the comments. But I'm happy this walk and talk because there's a lot of new people asking questions this week, so welcome everybody. But anyways, he asked PlayStation or Xbox, and I hate to say it, man, but PlayStation, because I know you said please pick Xbox, but I've had one Xbox previously. Got the red ring, as most people do, didn't get it replaced. Had the PS3, never looked back since. So yes, I chose the PlayStation 3. Please don't unsubscribe from me because of that. But anyways, thank you very much for the question, and we'll move on to the next one, and it comes from Slideshows Forever. He or she asked, which do you think is better, Spanish or Swedish women? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know exactly what you mean. Do you mean in general? Do you mean in a relationship or what? I don't know exactly what you mean. And not to mention, I haven't met a lot of Spanish women, haven't met a lot of Swedish women, so I can't really base my answer off of anything aside from looks, and I don't want to be that shallow. So I know I said I would not be undecisive anymore this year, but I'm not gonna answer that question. I can't decide. I can't pick because I don't know enough of either side to pick one. But thank you anyways for the question. But we shall move on to the next question, and it comes from Brian Dude at Home. It's good to hear from you, man, but his question was, why can't I think of a question? And I told you guys I'll answer a question no matter how silly or strange as it may be. I don't know, Brian, maybe you had too much of your morning coffee? Or maybe your doppelganger, you know, has been fiddling with your brain at night. I don't know. Or maybe that alien experiment you did a while back trying to communicate with aliens did something to your brain. But anyways, I wish you luck, and I hope all is well with you. I think it's because you asked me too many questions already, so you're good, man, you're good, don't stress. But thank you nonetheless for the comment and the question, no matter how silly it was. You always make me laugh, man, so just keep doing what you do. And we shall move on to the last question this week, which was a last-minute question again, and it comes from my best good friend Danni via chat on Skype, and she asked, if you were supplied the budget to organize a team, developer, and publisher to create a game, but the catch was it had to be something truly original, what game would you create and why? And this is quite a thinker because games have been around for a long time now. It's like almost every idea you can think of for a game has been done. So something truly original, I don't know if this has been done yet. It probably has in one way or another, but I would go for a psychological survival game where there's really not a lot of fighting mechanic in it. Like a setting where it's like you have survived a natural disaster and you're trapped somewhere and you're waiting for rescue to come and you're slowly finding a way out. Like maybe you got buried somewhere, you're trying to find a way out, and it's literally just you by yourself. There's no communication with anybody, just trying to survive, finding things to help you survive, and you're just given a bunch of different options on what to do, where to go. You can move around, and eventually later on in the game, as days progress, you'll start to hallucinate, you'll start to think you can hear things, but it won't be like a cinematic. Like you'd be like, if you were buried in that kind of scenario, all of a sudden you'd think you hear a voice, that the game would, some random voice would come on and be very echoey and creepy almost, and you'd have to discern if there's somebody there or if you're going crazy. or, you know, what's going on. I don't know, there'd be different levels of it, like when to get sleep, when not to get sleep, when help arrives, things like that. So that would be pretty much the whole story of the game that I would choose. So there you go. And that's pretty much it for this week, guys. So thank you, Danny, for the question, and we shall go ahead and move on to the updates. All right, and this week our new tenant in the box of awesome for the next 7 days is Amazical9110. Congratulations, I hope you enjoy your stay in the luxurious box of awesome. And if you would like to see yourself in the box of awesome for a week, all you have to do is answer the question of the week. This week's question is, what are you addicted to? And leave your answers in the comment section below or in a video response if you want to be fancy like that. Just please, guys, don't forget to leave your questions for next week's Walk and Talk as well. Other than that, Danny's brother is doing okay. Had a little bit of a scare, but ultimately he's stable. Danny will be going to see him later this week, so I will keep you guys updated. And other than that, Trackman, the guy that created the track that's playing in the background of this video, he's got some great news for me. He called me earlier this week, and one of the songs that he made off of one of my riffs is actually going to be on the radio in Texas, Florida, Arkansas, New Mexico. There's literally a bunch of places it's going to be at. So if you hear this song,
another one, Trackman exclusive. Hello, shawty, good morning. Now don't worry, 'cause I can tell by that look on your face. Though it was wonderful, you sit there wondering how the hell we got back to my place. So many bottles of roses, bottles of roses, so many bottles of roses, bottles of roses.
on the radio while you're driving around or anything, please call in and request it again. If you like the song, of course. If you want to hear the song completely, I'll put a link for it in the description, and I'll also leave you a link to some of Trackman's other stuff. But other than that, you guys, it was a pleasure walking with you again this week. Don't forget to join me next week and leave your questions in the comment section below. Other than that, I will remind each and every one of you that all of you are the best friends and subscribers in the entire world. And as always, you guys, keep on vlogging.